name is Rashmi Jasrasaria, and I am a former student of Dr. Adrian's, who was lucky enough to take a course on world poverty and human rights with her during my sophomore year at Harvard College, and then work with her on my senior thesis, which was about how microfinance affects the lives of women living with HIV in northern Tanzania. Today, I want to tell you about my unique encounter with cultural relativism that summer, which came as an opportunity to attend an alternative rite of passage ceremony in a Maasai village. The Maasai are a semi-nomadic tribe spread in the area along the southern border of Kenya and northern border of Tanzania, which is called the Serengeti Plains. There are about 900,000 of them, though their nomadic lifestyle makes it difficult to estimate population. Traditionally, the rite of passage from girlhood to womanhood in these communities is marked by female genital circumcision, a practice in which the female elders in a community cut or re-sew a portion of a young woman's labia. As the international community came to see FGC as harmful to a woman's universal human rights to safety, health, and sexual pleasure, they called for an end to this practice. FGC has been illegal in Tanzania since 1998, and in 2007 the Tanzanian government signed the African Union's Maputo Protocol, agreeing to promote women's rights, including seeing an end to FGC. However, FGC is still practiced by certain tribes, including the Maasai, at about 17.6% prevalence. Aung Sarian. Aung Sarian is a Maasai NGO that works to prevent female genital circumcision by providing community-based education and performing alternative rite of passage ceremonies. The organization is comprised of Maasai women who have been circumcised, are ex-circumcisers, or have avoided circumcision altogether. They have built a secondary school for young girls who have left their homes to avoid circumcision, trained peer educators who conduct seminars to combat myths related to FGC, provided alternative income-generating projects for ex-circumcisers, and promoted and created modified rite of passage ceremonies. In the Aung Sarian alternative ceremonies, a woman's life and transition into adulthood is celebrated, but rather than circumcision, she receives an HIV test. In this way, the organization tries to address or preserve the cultural reasons for continuing this practice while promoting universal human rights and public health. Some of the cultural reasons why the Maasai have continued female genital circumcision are 1. That FGC represents a common challenge used to test all young women. 2. That the circumcision allows for community building, ceremony, and celebration. 3. The circumcision purifies the woman because the Maasai believe it prevents lau lau, a vaginal bacteria. 4. FGC promotes faithfulness of women, the Maasai believe, because it decreases her temptation to be promiscuous. It's true that circumcision removes a woman's sexual pleasure in the act of intercourse. 5. The Maasai believe that the circumcision marks a generational transfer of knowledge and is an opportunity for young women to learn from the older women in their community. And finally, they believe that circumcision increases fertility because Maasai men will not marry a girl who has not been cut, thinking that she is less fertile. The rite of passage ceremony and Aung Sarian's education team address each of these 6 reasons, trying to preserve cultural norms while instilling a new sensibility for human rights wrapped in the rhetoric of public health. For example, for number 1, the HIV test prevents a new common challenge for women. And the celebratory aspects of the ceremony, the dancing, the animal sacrifice, those are entirely preserved. For number 3, purity, the girl is actually provided with soap and taught about good hygiene as a way to prevent lau lau. For 4, Aung Sarian teaches that women are more faithful when they feel pleasure in their partnership, and less when they do not. For 5, we see that the ceremony and the training of the young girl continue as they would have, so that the transfer of knowledge across generations is still occurring. And finally, Aung Sarian draws the community's attention to the high fertility and additional benefit of high maternal productivity in neighboring tribes where FGC is not performed. Women in other tribes not only have as many children, but also avoid 3 months of bed rest. Here are some images from the alternative rite of passage ceremony. You see elders in the community gathered round a sacrificed cow. You see young boys, warriors, dancing with their sticks. Here are some women with their large beaded white necklaces looking on and swaying to the music. All of this beneath an open sky and along a beautiful and yet quite untouched terrain. Since their conception, Aung Sarian has reduced FGC in 11 different Maasai villages, using the model of Maasai making change for Maasai. I feel truly privileged to have gotten a chance to see one of their ceremonies in action. Thank you.